Let me just make sure all of this is working before I get started here, because last time it wasn't. Are we working? We are working. All right. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast, sponsored by John Wilson Blades and all its brands. We're back with previews, Michelle.
I can't believe it. Hi, Jackie.
For those of you who are new to the Rocker Skating Podcast and or new to figure skating because you loved it so much at the Olympics, the season is not over yet. And you're like, what is going on right now? Mm-hmm. We have a junior world championships happening in a week, less than a week. And then we have a senior world championships happening at the end of March. So there's a lot still happening, and figure skating nerds will tell you Worlds and Junior Worlds after the Olympics. If I can categorize it as fun, I think I would. Fun is one of the adjectives that we would use for those. Messy is another adjective that we would use for those. Chaotic would be another one.
Yeah.
Michelle, what would you call it?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh-oh.
sorry, I thought you froze.
No.
I feel like if I weren't so tired from the Olympics, these would be like two of my favorite competitions of the quad. They're, very unpredictable. And we often see like, I don't know, like breakthrough performances at Junior Worlds that
Exactly.
are like really extraordinary. It's something about like the juniors like still like improving throughout the season. Their season is so long. They've been competing since like August.
Yeah.
And they're being inspired by the Olympics, and I'm excited.
Yeah, totally. Let's talk about that in just a second. But a couple of pieces of news for Worlds, which is we had the first set of entries that came out, and Worlds will be in Prague this year. But as we know even every Worlds, right? The first list that comes out is never the final list that happens. There are always withdrawals, there are substitutions, there are all kinds of stuff. When I was at the Olympics, I heard about a number of them, some of which may not actually happen, but some of which has already happened, which is
Some haven't.
Yes, some haven't happened yet. But Luna Hendricks being out of Worlds, that was for me expected. I heard about just basically she's Michelle and I talked to her at the World Championships or at the Olympics, and she was basically like, I didn't even know last week if I could come to the Olympics, right? And so she was really holding it together to just be competing there, and she competed, and it was just very, like she gave it her all there. And so no Worlds for Luna Hendricks. And then Miura Kihara, after winning the Olympics, they're not going to Worlds. They were originally on the list, but withdrew. Japan does not have a second or a third pair to send, and so there's no substitution for that. And Luna Hendricks will be substituted by Yada Hovin, who sadly missed Worlds by like a fraction of a point last year because of the the technical minimums, and she gets to go this year. So she's very excited. But expecting there to be maybe a couple more before.
Yeah. I don't have any inside information, but I feel like there's going to be some in dance. I mean, it's like they're not all going. There's no way.
Yeah, those two were certainly two of the ones that I knew about beforehand. And then, we'll see what happens with the rest of them. So that's the World Championships. Well, we will talk more about the World Championships as the next few weeks come along. But to your point about Junior Worlds, being something of a, what do you call it?
Star making
Yeah.
debut event.
It certainly is star making. I mean, you look at some of the post Olympic world champion or junior world championships that we've seen in the past 20, 30 years or so, right? 2002, you had Daisuke Takahashi winning. 2006, you had Takahiko Kozuka. 2010, you had Yuzuru Hanyu. 2014, Nathan Chen was the bronze medalist.
You had Yelena Ilinik and Nikita Katsalapov winning in 2010.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they eventually
I got home from
became the bronze medalists.
Do I want to be a junior worlds? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the women too, right? Like, what was it? 2014 was Radionova, was Medvedeva. That was that year. Trusova was 2018. Isabel Levito was 2022, and Jia Shin was also 2022. And because of the age eligibility changes that have happened over the past 4 years, she stayed in juniors for then the next 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And won 4 junior world silver medals in a row. And of course,
she's
she was
not competing this year.
Right. She was at the Olympics.
Thank
so
God
she won't be at,
for her.
She's
going
junior
to
worlds
big girl
again.
worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be at senior worlds. And for the first time in a whole Olympic cycle, we will have a new silver medalist at junior worlds.
I mean, crazy. We'll talk about the women in just a bit. But like Sui and Han in 2010, Tarasova Morozov in 2014. Like you look at the skaters who have been through junior worlds in the post-Olympic junior worlds competitions, and these are some names that we got. So excited to see where it all goes. Since we're on the subject of the women, let's start with the women.
Okay.
Ooh. We won't have a 5-time junior world silver medalist, but we might have a 4-time junior world champion, won't we?
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, let's go Mao. But that if she doesn't win, she's never lost an international competition. She's been first at every single one she's ever done. So I expect her to win, but you never know. And we haven't seen her compete in a minute. It's been since Japanese nationals. I don't know if she's done any.
She's done she's done a domestic one, I'm pretty sure, in January. But that was sort of it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what her score is too, and then looking at like if you add some additional steps into it, where it would have finished in the Olympic results.
Well, we remember very famously in 2006, Mao Asada and Yuna Kim were not at the Olympics, and it was Yuna Kim who won in 2006, and Mao Asada who was second. So that for some foreshadowing going on there. You look down this list, like you and I had both had to dig into our memory banks of what happened during the Junior Grand Prix, which felt like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
And because these are juniors, right? Like a season for them is actually a long time in terms of growth. Time. Yeah.
But I do think we had a little bit of with us with the women, because we have a little bit of a refresher because we saw that Korean nationals, Japanese nationals, and U.S. nationals. So some of them are in my memory.
Yep.
Some of them I kind of had to dig for.
I mean, you certainly have like the 3 Japanese women, right? Mao Shimada, Mayuko Oka, who I love, and I'm so excited to see if she can really bring it, because she has such a maturity about her skating. Okada, who is like a different kind of breed of skater from like the 3 Japanese women who are going to Junior Worlds are going to be all three very different in terms of style, in terms of jump technique, in terms of everything, and they all are great. You got the two Korean women who are not the two Korean women you expected to be here. Yoo-sung Kim, you expected. Her sister, Yoo-jae Kim, did not skate as well at Korean Nationals and therefore did not get the spot for Junior Worlds. Ji Yoo-ha, she's the one who got the spot, and she's a beautiful artistic skater. I love her. So those five, right? Like,
she was awesome at Nationals.
Yeah, totally. Those five, you would expect them to be amongst the top, but then you got a whole bunch of others who really like you never know with these women, because it's like you get a couple of clean programs and all of a sudden your score is way up there, because some of these skaters really have some big difficulty.
I was remembering Hannah Bath when I was going through this list, and she was such a standout on the Junior Grand Prix. She had a really strong triple axel, triple toe combo. I feel like she was very like near to breaking through to winning some of her events, and I think she could make a move here.
She was very close to getting into the Junior Grand Prix final. If it weren't for an invalidated jump, she would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. And then Sophie Joline we saw at Nationals, but I'm excited to see her here. I'm really interested in what kind of technical content she attempts. Nationals was I think the only event she did this year that she didn't attempt her quad sow, but I would guess we're going to see again here.
Yeah. I mean, there are going to be a lot of triple axels in this group. Like Sophie Joline, all three of the Japanese women are likely going to be trying triple axels. Yoo-sung Kim has a triple axel. Inga Gergenitze has a triple axel. I think she's done it this season. Hannah Bath has a triple axel. Leandra Zimpukakis has a triple axel. Like all these, there's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She. I don't think she's landed.
I definitely forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't think she's landed it cleanly yet, but she's done Qs, and it's a nice jump. So we'll see. It'll be really interesting to just watch this group and see who could potentially, if Mao Shimada has an off day, who could dethrone her, because she has not been immune to mistakes this season.
That's true. Yeah.
And for me, it's like, you want a dark horse for the upset? Mayuko Oka is my vote.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, her short program is glorious.
It is.
And I mean, I'm going to be eating my words, but I'm going to say when everyone skates clean, I feel like she deserves to win the short program. I'm sure like a week from now, Mao Shimada's going to make me look like an idiot for saying that. But that's just my opinion.
Well, the interesting thing about the junior women's short program is you cannot do a solo triple axel as your axel jump, as opposed to we saw it with Amber Glenn, right, and others who do a triple axel as the solo axel jump. You have to do a double axel for your solo axel jump, and therefore, if you want to put a triple axel in, it has to be
combo.
It has to be the combo. Yeah, it has to be the combo, because you have to do a triple flip. Right this year, no, triple loop this year is a triple loop.
Yeah.
So the only place where you could do the triple axel is in the combo, which makes it doubly risky, right? I know we know that Sophie Joline has the triple axel combo in her short program.
Yeah. But Mao Shimada does not.
Yeah, Mao Shimada has not done that. I think Hannah Bath has done that. I might be wrong. So, that short program will be interesting. You wonder if Mayuko Oka has been, over the last couple of months been like, how do I add this triple axel in the short
Yeah.
program? And
Yeah.
she's got a beautiful one, and she does it well. When I was at Japanese
Yeah, it's
nationals, it was just like,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was just landing all these triple axels. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, they're so good.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
women, ooh, excited to see where that goes. Let's go to dance because I know you want to go to
Okay.
dance. There's a very clear favorite here.
Yes, I think so, but I don't think that they're unbeatable. So, Hana Maria Aboyan and Daniil Vesalukin of the United States, adore them. They have so much personality. It's just like oozing out of them. I mean, I'm expecting two sensational performances from them. I'm so excited to see them compete again. Um, and they won the Junior Grand Prix final. So, it seems like they're the likely winners of worlds, but junior worlds. But I think that I mean, there's a bit of competition, I
Hmm.
think, from a couple other teams. I want to mention, like, first off, the French team, Amber Perrier Giannassini and Samuel Blanc Klopperman. They were sensational at the Junior Grand Prix final. They were so good. They have really strong programs. They've been competing really well this year. I think they're going to be right there. I don't, we'll see. We'll see what will happen. I think the Ukrainian team should be in the mix as well. Let me scroll back down to them. Irina Pidgaina and Artyom Kaval. Maybe saying that wrong. But they have they have like a senior look. Like they're
Hmm.
very mature. They have some like unbelievable lifts. Their free dance it's just so upbeat and complicated and flashy. And so
Well,
I
I
don't know. We'll
well,
see.
and Grand Prix final, if you remember,
Yeah.
they were very tight at the Grand Prix,
Yeah.
the Junior Grand Prix final, and they ended up
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
Aboyan Vesalukin won that by 7 points over
Yeah.
Perrier Giannassini and Blanc
Yeah.
Klapperman. There's just, I think the six who went to Junior
Mm-hmm.
Worlds are likely going to be the six who are
Agree. Yeah.
fighting for the Junior Grand Prix final are likely
Junior Grand Prix
going to
final.
be my brain are likely
Yeah.
going to be the six who are fighting for the Junior Worlds podium,
Yeah.
and they've been close this season. They were not so close at the Junior Grand Prix final because of some mistakes. Because
Yeah.
I think there were some when you got all of them sort of in the same place going back to back to back, the differences in their components really start to show. And so
Yeah.
that's why you saw, a boy in Vesalukin, as Michelle has said, the best Vogue rhythm dance of the
Oh my God.
season.
Absolutely. I stand by that. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a standout program for them for sure,
Yeah.
and they won the short program, the rhythm dance, by three and a
Mm-hmm.
half points almost
Mm-hmm.
at the Junior Grand Prix
Yeah.
final. So, you wonder if they skate well. Can they break 70 here?
Yes.
You
Let's
know,
see
they
it.
they
Let's
could,
go.
they could. It's
I
Junior
want
Worlds.
Yeah, I want to mention the Canadians too, Layla Velon and Alexander Brandis. They had a mistake in their rhythm dance at Junior Grand Prix final. I can't remember right now what it is, but I remember that was distinct and it really took them out of contention.
Yeah.
But they have a really strong free dance as well, and I think they could also be in the medal hunt.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the free dances, right? They
Mm-hmm.
went first out of the six, and they ended up
Mm-hmm.
third in the free dance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that tells you where the judges are sort of slotting them in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
and I think my guess is those four will be your podium
Mm-hmm.
in some order.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you never know. Like we saw at the Olympics, a twizzle goes off, and all of a sudden you're in
Yeah.
25th place or whatever.
Yes.
It's like really
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. And the field is that deep here, so
Yeah, yeah.
twizzle your twizzles.
It'll be very interesting to see
Uh,
pairs. Pairs is very like I think this is one of the stronger set of pairs that
mm-hmm.
we have seen in recent years. I mean, recent years being
Mm-hmm.
that Olympic silver medalists Anastasia Metelkina and Luka Barulova
Yeah.
have been at Junior Worlds over the
Yeah.
past couple of years and just like blowing it out of the water because they're literally a senior pair. Um, I
I think
had
they thought
with
about coming.
like yeah, there's no way. But like they had no
Mm-hmm.
business being in Junior
Mm-hmm.
Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
they've been.
Yeah.
Um, but that's also to say, I think the set of junior pairs have really
Mm-hmm.
skated up, and how
Mm-hmm.
they look, their elements, all of that
Mm-hmm.
have improved in the past couple of seasons. And
Mm-hmm.
you finally got some Chinese pairs
Yeah.
who are back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been a bit of a glut of Chinese pairs in the
Yeah.
junior field,
For a
except
while.
for
Yeah.
Zhang and Huang, who are going to the World Championships, right? Because Sui and Han are not going.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so
I hadn't noticed that on the list, but
yeah, no
that's the
Sui.
right.
I
That's
mean,
the right. Yeah. Deal.
Song Han will
Yeah.
not lace up a pair of skates for the rest of his life because he's just like, I'm done with this. So Guo and Zhang won the Junior Grand Prix final.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they are so stunning. I feel like they're really going to do well here. Um, yeah.
it's they are one of those junior skaters this season
Mm-hmm.
who started off much less interesting
Yeah.
than they have developed. Like they've gotten
Yeah.
better and better during the season, and that's
Yeah.
oftentimes you see that trajectory with junior skaters because they are developing
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
as like right before our eyes. They're getting
Yeah.
better, and they have certainly gotten better.
Yeah.
I love Kemp and Elizarov skating,
Mm-hmm.
the Canadian pair. That's
Mm-hmm.
one of the three Canadian pairs who's
Mm-hmm.
here. They sometimes have trouble with their side by sides, and that's been a bit of the issue. But they
Mm-hmm.
have some beautiful skating, and then you can't forget about Olivia Flores and Luke Wang, who has
Mm-hmm.
not been on the junior circuit because they've been skating in seniors all season,
Yeah.
and they also have improved. They had an injury at the very beginning of the season that made them look like what was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
as the season has gone on, they've gotten more and more solid. So
Yeah. Yeah. They had a great nationals. They skated really well there.
yeah, yeah. And don't forget about Guo and Zhang's quad twist,
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
the best quad twist I've ever seen. I mean,
Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah.
Just
It floats.
like such a nice element.
Mm-hmm.
So lots that could also happen there, and I think it's going to be some fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, as with all pairs these days, it'll come down to those side by sides.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the men.
All right. This is the big showdown.
I look, when I was thinking about this a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, it's like the fight between Minkyu Saw and Ryo Nakata and Jacob
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez, right? And then I looked at the list and I'm like, no, it's not. Like there's certainly going to be three of them, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good skaters here too.
Yeah.
Like my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Minkyu and Rio showdown is the big one.
Yes. And we didn't get to see it play out at the Olympics because they're both age ineligible, which is sad. But yeah, and it's been a bit of, back and forth. Like, I feel like last year Rio Nakata really had like the dominance, but Minkyu unseated him at the final, and it was surprising, and Rio was not happy about it.
No.
And yeah, I mean, he's really going to be looking for vengeance at this event. I mean, he's going to be really fired up. He's such a fierce competitor. I'm excited to see how he expect him to just completely throw down here.
Yeah.
So,
It was interesting watching him at Japan Nationals, and I got to see him sort of a couple times here and there, and he was, as much as he is amongst the top of the seniors, right, at Japan Nationals, he was still very much in awe of the whole
Yeah.
thing, and taking it all in. They sent him to the Olympics
Yeah.
to watch and to
Yeah,
just
with
like
his
take
dad.
in the atmosphere. It was very good
Yeah.
to see him there. But if you look at consistency, right? Minkyu has had
Thank
the
you.
consistency. Rio has had the big jumps, but he's fallen apart here and
Yeah.
there. And there's no quad in the short program.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So
really impressed with how Minkyu has been so consistent while growing his arsenal. I think that's so impressive. Adding the quad sow in over the course of the season and
yep.
being strong with it. And yeah, it's very impressive. But yeah, the short program is the very like level playing field. So I think that's a good, I don't know, place for Minkyu to
Yeah.
start building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, if you are in the hunt for a medal, you gotta be in the upper 70s into the 80s for the short program, because otherwise, if you're digging yourself out of a hole in like a 70-point short program, it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's gonna
Yeah.
be very tough to see that. But yeah, I mean, Jacob Sanchez, first junior competition of the season for him, because he's also been
Yeah.
skating in seniors, and he had a great nationals. He had a great
Pretty good
four
four
continents.
Yeah.
It feels like he's starting to round into form a lot more than when he was at the very beginning of the season. No quads that I know of. He was training quad sow at nationals, but it wasn't ready yet. I don't think it's ready yet unless there's been a huge development over the
Yeah.
past couple of months. But he will
was
have to
in
rely
Milan,
on.
too.
Yeah, he was in Milan. They sent it to Milan because they had a
Camp.
junior worlds camp in Italy.
In
So it was
Bergamo,
good to see.
where the American team, the Olympic team,
Exactly.
was training.
Exactly.
Which was
So it
really
was-
cool.
Yeah, good to see like all of them being kind of part of this Olympic atmosphere. But like outside of the three of them, Lucius Kazanecki, right? Like he was the surprise bronze medalist at the Junior Grand Prix final. Hop-In Choi, who is the sort of opposite of Minkyu Sa in a lot of ways, because he's the one who brings in all the technical firepower in Korea, but doesn't have the same kind of basics as Minkyu does.
Yeah.
But if he skates well, he's certainly got a shot. Taiga Nishino, Daya Ebihara, Yanhao Lee. I mean,
And
like, there's
not
so
in
many.
not in the medal conversation really, but I'm really excited to see Yu Shang Li again. I don't know. He's, props to him doing another competition
I know.
after the 3 weeks we had, and I didn't have to skate.
Yeah, he's coming down from. I mean, he was
Uh-huh.
he was training and training and training in the last week before the closing ceremony. I was watching him do triple flip triples, triple loops. I was watching him
Good
do
for
like
him.
different things. I was watching him do quad lutzes. He was trying quad lutzes
Wow.
at
That Olympic practice ice post event is really profitable for a lot of people.
You're just watching
he the only-
these do other things.
Is he the only Olympian in the field? I think he is.
Possibly. Somebody's going to tell us somebody else was in there, but
No, I don't think so. I mean, because the pairs definitely in the dance weren't. And then of the women, so like a couple different countries like France, Israel, Estonia, they have entries, but they're not what their Olympic entries were. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only Olympian at Junior Worlds.
yeah,
From Milan, well, Olympian in general.
yeah. It's gonna be a fun Junior Worlds. It will be a marathon.
Yeah. And it's back. We're back in the home of figure skating, Talin, Estonia.
Talin. For those of you who don't know about what Michelle is talking about, Talin, Estonia has been both the hosts of many big competitions and the substitute hosts when some other hosts couldn't do it. Like there was one year when Four Continents was also in Tallinn because it was supposed to have been in Beijing, I think, and they couldn't do it because of COVID. And they were like, we have to get somebody else to do it. And Tallinn was like, hey, we're gonna host both Europeans and Four Continents.
Like they're hosting a competition that has no entries from their own continent.
Yep.
It was incredible.
It's something else. But it is quite the marathon because we have 43 men, we have 51 women, we have 30 ice dance teams, and then pairs is the only place where we get a little bit of reprieve, and we get 18 pairs. But like, you know, we're talking about 51 women. Over half of those 51 women will not make it to the 24-person free skate.
But they will make it onto the rocker skating Twitter feed live call of the event.
They will, because
I hope
I'm watching the whole thing. I'm watching and live tweeting and giving you everything for all of next week. So
I may not catch them all, but I will catch as many as I can.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long week. It really will be interesting to see how all of these skaters do, because it's like, it really is, for some of these skaters, this will be the biggest event that they will ever skate in. And it's very cool for some of these smaller feds, some of these rising feds. Like there's someone from Kyrgyzstan who is skating in the women's event. Like I've never seen Kyrgyzstan in a competition before. I'm guessing they were in a junior Grand Prix at some point as well. But you know, you do have a lot of these different federations who aren't necessarily in the big leagues all the time. And you know, Hong Kong's got a couple of people, Kyrgyzstan, New Zealand's got a couple, right? Jan Lee is part of the New Zealand team. Like there's just, it'll be very interesting to see these. And again, for the figure skating fans out there, especially for those who are new to Junior Worlds, if you're going to watch Junior Worlds, it's a different level of competition, but it's also a very different, the stakes are very different, right? What it means to these skaters is also very different. Like some of these skaters, Junior Worlds is basically like their Olympics, and it's a very cool thing for them to be. And some of these skaters may not make it to the big leagues, but they will likely have some kind of effect on their own countries and the future of skating in their own countries, which you really have to take that into account. Junior Worlds starting on Wednesday and going on for 5 years. The short programs will take a long time.
Yeah. Don't miss the last groups of these of the free skates for these events, because you're going to be watching the skaters in them for many years.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's your first real look at them, you know, well, for some of them.
Yeah, before we end on this thing,
Yeah.
I do have one thing I will mention is that this Junior Worlds is the end, or not the end, but the continuation of this control experiment, if you will, of the ISU, which is basically this age eligibility change that happened 4 years ago, where a good number of the skaters who who have been competing over the past 4 years in the junior events had expected to be seniors before this Olympic Games happened. Mao Shimada was one of those. And because of the age eligibility changes, there are a number of skaters who now have to reframe their entire career because their Olympics is no longer 2026. Their Olympics is now fast forwarded or extended to 2030. And the grand experiment here is that the hypothesis is if you keep skaters in juniors for a longer period of time, they will have time to develop both artistically and in their potential longevity. And we will see over the next 4 years if that does become the case. Like, does Mao Shimada make it all the way to 2030? I hope so. But she's been doing triple axels for like 4 years.
And quad toe.
Yeah, and quad toes, right?
And who knows what else at home? Yeah.
And these skaters, we're talking about the women, especially. That's where the effects will will materialize most, is in the women's event. We're seeing a lot of triple axels here. We are seeing a lot of skaters really up the ante, and the question is, does that follow through in the senior events, or will they be just doing the triple axels in the junior ranks and maybe the first year or so in the senior, and then it falls away? We don't know yet. We have no idea. This has never happened before, and this will be something that we will be keeping an eye on over the 4 years.
Yeah. Just looking through the ages of some of the skaters we mentioned, Mao Shimada, Yusong Kim, and Sophie Joline von Felten will be eligible to move up to senior next year internationally. I assume they will, but we don't know. But Mayuko Oka and May Okada have another year or two to wait. So,
yeah. The next 4 years will certainly be interesting in seeing these junior skaters from this past quad going up to seniors. All right. Well, I'm going to go sleep for a couple of days and wake up to do all of these short programs. But I'm excited for more skating, frankly. I will be very interested to see how much Ricky Martin we have in.
Oh my gosh,
the
it's
rhythm
going
dances.
to be hours.
30
it's going to be hours.
Rhythm dances.
Ricky Martin himself will be at the boards singing.
I'm so excited for that.
The same song,
Maria, Maria,
over and over again.
Maria.
Yeah. And the fourth place finisher at Junior Worlds last year in the women's event ended up on the Olympic podium. So if you missed the podium, don't worry. We'll do well next year.
Was Ami Nakai fourth last year?
Yeah. Yeah, Elise Lynn Gracie beat her for the bronze medal.
I had gotten,
which is just wild.
I know, crazy, right? But that's also the thing. Ami Nakai had a really not great junior season last year. Not great season, period, last season. She was 15th at Japan Nationals. Like,
wow.
Yeah. That was how she sort of like navigated last season, and it was on the heels of like a good junior Grand Prix final and a decent junior Japanese nationals that she made it to the Junior World Championships. But you never know.
Yeah, the season before she was 10th at nationals and wasn't even assigned to Junior Worlds. It was the season before that, 2022-23, where she was 3rd at Junior Worlds.
Right.
And 4th at nationals.
Yeah.
Senior.
That's
interesting.
She's had quite a wild ride in juniors.
Yeah.
I think the growth spurts were certainly part of it. Sure.
And it was good for her too, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's it for our Junior Worlds preview. Those of you, again, who are new to figure skating because of the Olympics, welcome to the fray because the juniors are a very interesting bunch, and I hope you continue
And
to watch.
we can watch them on YouTube.
And you can watch them on
Hopefully,
YouTube.
yeah, hopefully with Mark Henry's commentary. I haven't asked him, but I assume he's doing this.
I think he
Fingers
is.
crossed.
I think he
Okay.
is. I think he told me he was. So everything will be live streamed, zero geo blocking on the ISU skating
Let's go.
YouTube channel. It's at skating ISU. So easy to watch, and no need to figure out your VPNs.
You can use one if you want, but you
No,
don't
I
need
know
it.
exactly. You don't need to. All right. Well, for Michelle Ellis, this is Jackie Wong, Chief Skate Nerd of RockerSkating.com. Thanks as always to John Wilson Blades for sponsorship, and to Tara Nichols, who only has a half hour, 40 minutes of this preview to edit and produce. The other thing also is there were a couple of interviews that came out over the past couple of days, which I think you would be very interested in. Yuna Aoki, our interview from a couple weeks ago just came out. She was a delight to talk to. I loved having the chance to interview her. So it's on YouTube. It's on all the podcast channels. Go take a listen and go take a watch. And then also, if you are excited about pins, and I know Michelle is certainly excited about pins.
I'm very excited about
Yeah.
pins.
I rounded up 3 of the premier figure skating pin connoisseurs from Milan. That would be Matty Skizas, James Hernandez, and Anthony Ponomarenko. We had 3 different countries of experiences, but they all were very much talking to each other at the Olympics, figuring out all of their pin strategy and pin trading. You think my pin collection was impressive? It is nothing compared to those 3. It was so fun. I when I was editing, all I was doing was just laughing my ass off. It was just such a fun video to shoot. So that's on my YouTube at Rocker Skating, and go take a look at that when you get a chance. Anything else, Michelle?
I have a fun pin trading story about James Hernandez I can share.
Oh, let's do it before we
haven't
finish.
gone too long.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, as you know, I gave you the NBC pin with the coffee cup on it, and James Hernandez saw that you had it and asked me for it, and so I was doing everything I could to track down more because we had like a pin shortage in the NBC pins. Like Andrea ordered her own pins, like they were just not enough. My production manager had to actually request 2 coffee cup pins from another venue for me to give to James because I was like, they're British. She was British. I'm like, please. She did it. She did it for me. And then like the next day, Ting Sway, who was working with us, comes up with a bag of pins. There's probably like, I don't know, 30 NBC pins in it. And she's like, look at this bag of pins that James asked Johnny to get for him. Johnny asked me to give this to James. I mean, it's like every pin you could imagine from NBC. I was like, he is tapping everybody at our company trying to get all the pins. So James probably has the most comprehensive collection of NBC pins from Milano Cortina that is out there.
It's very comprehensive, for sure.
He had a busy side hustle going. Skating was secondary to the pin collecting.
I mean, you're there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You practice. You have some downtime. What do? You go and trade some pins. That's it's such a sport over there. It's like the unheralded pastime of Olympians. So
yeah, he's going to be one of those people that has his own pin in 2030.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we were talking about it, his face just lit up. He was like, "Oh, I should do that." All right. Okay, we're really going this time. We'll talk to you again soon, and the Junior World Championships will be happening in less than 3 days. So See you later. Bye.
Bye.